Do you want some treats? There you go. There's some treats. Have at it, brother. Hi, folks. Welcome to Thursday. I believe it's Thursday. And I've been gone for the past 2 days because I went to get my second shot. And then I was dead yesterday. So I'm back today. And I think we lost the Webbies, y'all. Like yesterday, the last place pulled into first. So I don't know what he did, but he did some magic. But it's okay. Technically, we still have 2 hours left to vote, but they stopped showing you the percentages so that they're keeping it a surprise. So I'm not really bothered about it, but I think my team is kind of crushed. I'm giving Fred some treats, and a lot of you have suggested that we free feed him so that he stops bothering me at night, but he ate so fast the other day that he threw up, so we can't free feed him, unfortunately. I wasn't just tired yesterday. A lot of people said they felt like they had a fever. I didn't feel like I had a fever, but I felt like I basically, like, the way I was describing it to people was my flesh felt like it was sloughing off of my bones. My entire body ached and just felt really heavy, and it just felt like the weight of my mortality was dragging and being pulled out of my Achilles heel. It's just like the entire soul and corporeal being of me was just being slowly extracted out of one point of my body. And I was like, okay, I guess this is what it means to die. Today, Aaron would like to eat some banza pizza, so we're gonna cook that up for him. And I just realized that I still have taro, so I'm gonna try to make some taro chips. We'll heat up the oven, we'll make some taro chips, and then we'll throw in the pizza, and then Aaron will come eat the pizza, and then we'll talk. Hey! Whoa! Did you see that? He just popped the lid off of that whole thing. Thank you all for voting, obviously. I know you had to like put in your email and shit like that, so thank you so much for going through the trouble. Is it Yoshi? Thank you, Yoshi, for like literally commenting on every single video. You have to verify your email in order for your vote to count. Y'all are looking out for us. Love it. And yeah, thank you for watching the new $15 Budget Eats. How'd you do that, bud? Why are you so smart? He's been getting braver. He's been walking all over our bed. Today he went to the litter box, you know, pranced around in it for about 4 minutes, promptly leapt onto my laptop, which is on my bed because I was still uploading footage for a video that I recorded today, and trampled not only all over the bed, but all over my pillow. So like, I did just get a pimple 2 days ago, and I feel like my cat's to blame. This cat. That dirty ass trash cat. What an adorable fluff ball. Yes, Budget Eats was filmed pre-Fred, for sure. It was filmed a long ass time ago, y'all. A long ass time ago. Hey, Aaron, tomorrow you should eat your noodles with your pork.
Noodles
with your pork.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, toss it together.
No, that's such a good idea. I did it today. I did it this morning.
Oh, you did it.
Yes.
Ooh, sorry for stepping on your toy, Fred. Hi, Fred. Hi, Fred. Why you so adorable? Here you go, buddy. Okay, I'm just going to slice up some taro. No, you gotta work for your food. I'm not giving you your food. You're already fed. You got fed, girl. You got fed. All right. Fred some ice cream today and posted it to Instagram, and people flipped out. And yes, I appreciate your concern, but you know, sometimes I just gotta treat my cat. And if he dies because of it, then we all die, right? Because I was thinking about it, we don't even eat all the things that are good for us, and we don't stay away from the trash that's bad for us, and we're still living, right? What's the point in eating healthy if you're just gonna die in the end anyway? He seemed to like that shit. I opened up the ice cream because I was making a bananas Foster recipe, and he licked the crap out of that little peelable film on top, and I was like, all right, after I film this, I'm gonna treat you to a little spoonful of ice cream. Love the shit out of it. I won't force my cat to live a healthier, quote unquote, healthier existence than I do, because I don't believe in that quote unquote healthier existence. And if you think that that's the wrong way to be, then you're free to think that that's the wrong way to be. I cannot live my life with everyone's opinions in my ears. But also look how beautiful Taro is. I'm just gonna lay them out. I'm gonna preheat the oven, and then I'm going to oil them, salt them slightly, and slide them in. And then maybe we'll just roast off a couple because I have so much, and I should probably eat this all before I go. And here's the other announcement. I am not going to be here at all next week, starting Sunday through the next Sunday, because, and I can only tell you why if you promise me you won't tell anyone else. You gotta tell me. Do you promise that you tell no one else? Are you guys lying to me? Don't lie to me. I'll send Fred after you if you lie to me. I am leaving for a week because I have to go camping upstate for a delish project. So I will be gone, and we will have very limited reliable Wi-Fi, and without Wi-Fi I cannot stream because I unfortunately have a T-Mobile plan that only allows me like, I don't know, like 5 gigs of data, and I will blow through that so bad, so fast if I go live. Glamping, I guess it's glamping. I've actually never been camping, so this will be my first camping, but it's not like real camping, it's just fake camping, which I'm kind of disappointed by. I feel like I've been lied to, but you know. Has anyone ever gone camping and cooked on that camping trip? And if so, what do you cook? And if so, what do you bring in terms of cooking equipment? Tell me everything. Tell me all of your secrets and tips, because I've never gone camping. I'm a camping virgin. Dutch oven. Grilled cheese. Woks. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, too bad I don't own a wok. Mini barbecue. Wow. Did you finish all your treats, Fred? Did you actually, or are you lying to me? Don't look at me that way. If you know you're lying to me, don't. If you know you're lying to me, don't lie to me. All right, we're gonna turn our oven to 375. I'm gonna start with some oil on these babes. If I can find my pastry brush, which I have a feeling Erin put in this drawer again. Yep, there it is. Aluminum foil. What's up, Fred? Why do you keep looking at me, bud? Do you think I underfed you? Hmm? I don't think I underfed you, man. I'm gonna come over to my computer so I can read your chats. Obviously, I won't be recording my adventures, but it will be recorded because we are going there for Delish assignment, so there will be videos made. Worry you not. Don't forget the booze. What if I don't drink, y'all? What if I don't drink? And weed? Ooh, I don't know if that's kosher. It is, after all, a work trip. Has anyone ever done mushrooms? I would love to know what it feels like to be on mushrooms. I hope my mom's not watching. And if she is, she probably doesn't even know what mushrooms I'm referring to. If you watch the entire Budget Eats all the way through, you would know which dish I like the most. Critical watching skills. It's the one that Aaron rated the highest, and I agreed with him. It was the eggplant sliders. Just a little bit of salt all over. I don't remember how much this taro was, but it's like lasted quite a while, guys. Are you hungry yet, Aaron?
Yeah, we can start. I'll be right over.
No, you don't have to. I'm making some taro first.
Taro?
Yeah, I want to make some taro chips first. Sorry to dampen your pizza plans.
Pizza plans.
It's like, if I don't cook the taro now, I'll never cook it, you know? And then I go off to camping and I'll come back later and it'll just be like a green forest growing in our container. Because I know you sure as hell won't cook taro. Bring Dave? I don't think so. What should you make with this eggplant that's over a week old in your fridge? Anything? Possibilities are endless. Our age does not define what we can achieve. Fred, are you bored? Aaron, you should come entertain our cat. He seems very, very bored. Ooh, I should probably sharpen my knife before I go. Ugh, so much to do. So much to do before I leave. It always seems like that. Like, every time you have to leave for a work trip, it always seems like there's just so much shit to take care of before you can actually go in peace. I hate it. Alright, we still have a chunk of taro left over. Maybe we'll make some coconut milk taro tomorrow with that. I don't think I want to bake all of it. Well, I don't have space to bake all of it because I run out of trays. Have you guys ever tried this technique where you salt it first and then you brush the oil over? We'll see how it works. Maybe that'll get more of an even seasoning. Who knows? Alright, time to read comments while I brush. 3 soft shell crabs. I've never cooked soft shell crabs. Can you fry them? Eat it all, right? They're edible, the shells. That sounds like a eggplant parm lasagna situation waiting to happen with the chickpeas. Or you can just bread the eggplant slices, fry them, and then layer them with a tomato sauce, and then put the chickpeas on top for a little bit of protein. Or you can make eggplant chips, turn the chickpeas into hummus, and just have the tomatoes as a salad. Or you can roast the eggplants, turn that into baba ganoush, roast the chickpeas into little snacks, and then grill the tomatoes. And then you need some sort of like pita or starchy situation. Isn't eggplant hummus just baba ganoush? What do I do with jicama? There was an entire Budget Eats where I worked with jicama, so you should go watch that one. How should you roast the eggplant? I don't know what your eggplant looks like, but if it's those fat ones, I would recommend that you slice them into rounds, and then oil and salt, and then roast at a pretty high heat, at least 375, I think. Never made seitan. Nope, 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 nope. Seems like a lot of work. But I do want to. Okay. I'm going to cut this taro up into little pieces so that tomorrow I don't have to cut them up again. Erin, do you like taro cooked in coconut milk, or is that more my thing?
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
I don't know. Let's try it.
Haven't you had it before at like Thai restaurants?
I think so.
Did you like them? The oven is not ready yet.
Okay.
Well, we can roast it at a low temp though, if you're okay with that, while my chips are going.
Hello everyone, how
it'll just dry
are
out.
things? June got a ton of free banza pizza coupons.
Which Williams? Did you go to the Williamsburg Whole Foods for this one?
No, this is from Manhattan.
Oh, you know what? I think I should cook this taro in some of the milk instead of coconut milk because the milk is gonna go before the coconut milk goes.
Taro milk.
Yes, we can blowtorch the cheese again if you guys remind me.
Should I do this in the toaster oven or the oven?
We can do it in the oven. We can put it on the bottom shelf.
Okay.
Are you hungry for a nap? I can turn up the oven and burn my chips.
I'll just put it in now.
Hold on. We can put it on the bottom.
It's the same temperature. This says 400 and it's 375, so it's
we'll
the same.
increase it to 400.
No, that's fine. We'll do 375.
Okay, we'll do on the very bottom shelf so that it gets hotter anyway by default. Here you go.
Okay.
Put it on there. How long?
Ten to 12 until cheese is melted and crust is like golden.
I'm just gonna make the taro milk now, guys. That way I can eat it tomorrow. Or eat it tonight. You know how these things go. I say I eat it tomorrow and then I end up eating it all tonight. Some nice organic milk that was opened 2 weeks ago when I did the Cosmo shoot. I'll just put the taro all in there. A little bit of salt. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of sugar. Let it all melt. Bring pepper spray for bears? What will you do with the taro milk when it's done? Eat it. You eat it. It's delicious. Linda, you obviously don't know me if you think I'm gonna journal on a camping trip. Not journal. What?
Live streams are your journal.
Yeah, but I won't be journaling. I won't be live streaming on the camping trip though.
Or not.
I don't have unlimited data.
I feel like that's something first, might be able to help with. Western New York. It's not like the middle of the desert.
I mean, does state parks have Wi-Fi built in?
Dude, Wi-Fi's everywhere, man.
Alright, well, if there's Wi-Fi, and if I'm feeling up to it, then I'll live stream. But if there's no Wi-Fi, then I can't live stream. No, unfortunately, we're not tent camping. We're fake camping. We're glamping, I think. Glamping is the word for it. According to you kids. Fake camping is when you're not living on the wilderness grounds and you're living in an actual cabin with beds and running water. I mean, in my mind, camping should be like Survivor style, you know, but not this time. I'm also heating up some water so I can make some tea, the tea that I will be making. You guys can choose which tea do you want me to brew. Milky oolong, which is stronger and more bitter, or duck rice genmai cha, which is very nice, toasty, and comforting. They're both comforting, but this one just punches a little harder. Okay, lots of oolongs. That's what the oolong tea looks like. Nice little pearls. Fred, what are you doing there?
He's hanging out there. That's one of his spots.
Do you see him? Right there. We see you, Fred.
Dude, you are over.
Oh no! Me milk. Me milk. Okay, I'm gonna turn that heat off and clean it right away because that milk will burn.
Want to snack on these while I'm waiting for the pizza? This is some snacks that June got from Aldi's. Aldi's is like Trader Joe's but cheaper, and some of their snacks are actually a bit better. I had some key lime cookies that I finished today. Key lime cookie thins that were awesome, and these look really good too, but I haven't tried them yet, so let's try them. Mango habanero sweet crisps. Looking at the ingredients, that's about what they are. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, that's a... You know what? Looks exactly like the packaging.
Expectation versus reality?
Yeah.
Checks.
Hmm.
Always.
It's sort of weird because it's the texture you would expect. It's the texture you get from like a rice cookie or a rice chip, but the flavor is very fruity.
What are the chips made out of? Before I ask it.
Flour, sugar, lemon juice, coconut oil, wheat fiber, mango, salt, flavors, and habanero pepper extract. It's like and then at the end, at the very very end of the taste profile, like just as you think everything's gone, it hits you with like the slightest little tickle of habanero, the slightest tickle of chili. I don't like them as much as the key lime cookies, but they're really fun to eat because of just how they're crazy thin, crazy crunchy, and very interesting fruit flavor.
Mm. Oh my god, why do I keep doing this?
June overflowed again. She had a little incident.
They taste a little bit like dried papaya.
Yeah. I will say though, the very fruity flavor is putting me off a little bit in chip form because it's sort of like the flavor profile you get from like mango
Fruit
bubble
leather.
gum. Yeah, fruit leather or like mango bubble gum, but in chip form, which doesn't taste bad objectively, but it's a weird combination, you know, from what I'm used to. But I'll probably finish half this bag now. And I'll do 2 chips in one. You guys ever get Pringles? You gotta eat like 2 at once for that extra bonus.
I don't think they're a disappointment per se. I just think that we're not used to getting this kind of flavor profile in this texture.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm
like
saying.
It.
Objectively, they're good.
If you've ever had like the Trader Joe's just mango dried fruit, it kind of tastes like that. It has a very pure mango flavor with a little bit of cayenne kick at the end.
I'm kind of hungry, so these are perfect. And yeah, it's like a...
Can you back away so I can open the oven?
It's like the tiniest touch of habanero on the back.
All right, chip
Beautiful.
round number 1.
Those look so beautiful.
Your pizza still has a little bit.
Okay. It's not GBD yet?
It might be. These chips look nice, baby. I saw somebody said, can we ask the moms to ask me a question? Just ask me a question. At me so that I see it in orange. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. I can't do this anymore. I cannot make this anymore. I'm just gonna be doing this all night. All night. Cleaning my messes.
June has cleaned both half of the stoves already now.
Alright, after I clean this, I'm gonna take your pizza out.
Okay. What do you think of salt and vinegar Pringles?
I never got into Pringles after they started tasting like shit.
Yeah. June likes Lay's stacks.
Lay's stacks are where they're at now. Lay's stacks taste like what Pringles used to be.
I think I've had salt and vinegar Pringles, and salt and vinegar is usually my favorite flavor of chip, but I remember being pretty underwhelmed by salt and vinegar Pringles. It wasn't a very powerful flavor. It was pretty weak sauce. Hi, Fred. You look bored.
Yeah, leaving the lid slightly ajar would help. And that is my timer. This is my timer.
Put chopsticks between the lid and the pot.
I know, I saw. Alright. Guys, here we go. We're going to take the za out. Aaron's gonna eat. Do you want to put a cutting board right here so you can... Actually, we're gonna use scissors. Never mind, we don't get it.
That looks good. This is our second banza pizza. I think we actually made one on live stream before.
We did. Not bad.
This looks good. Yeah.
The people wanted me to char the cheese. Do you want the cheese charred?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I think we did that actually for our first banza.
We did, but people want to see it again.
People remember. You guys are good rememberers.
Let me flip the angle so you get a closer look.
You don't need to do the whole thing. Just do a section. Don't waste that much propane and propane accessory.
You don't want that much cancer?
No, it's just a lot of gas to waste. Just do like a third of it.
Are you saving this for the zombie apocalypse?
It'll be useful.
Alright. That's it, guys. Aaron's being stingy. Do you have your plate so I may serve you?
I don't know why you guys are freaking out about cutting scissors with pizza.
Cutting scissors with pizza.
God, Jesus, we're so tired. You said
It's hot!
You said apocalypse, and I said cutting scissors with pizza. In Naples, when we had pizza, they literally brought scissors to the table for us. So
There you go.
it's like not that unusual. It's good. That's a cute little slice. Should I just dump the hot sauce on now, or?
Yeah, dump the hot sauce on. Look at
I'll take
that cheese is melty,
fair
guys.
taste.
Nice little cheesy. Nice cheese. Doesn't taste like anything. Tastes a little bit like something. Alright, I'm gonna set 2 minutes for the remaining chips. My water's going off, so I'm going to brew my tea. Wow, that handle is hot.
There's real cheese, right?
You threw away the box, man. Do you want me to read the ingredients? You want
No,
to bring
fine.
it back?
I think we looked it up on the first one.
I think it was real
What is
cheese.
my favorite plant? That's a random question. I've literally never thought about it, but I guess if I had to pick now, I would pick one of those carnivorous plants like a Venus flytrap. You know, how much cooler does it get? That's the most fucking cool plant you can get in the world.
You're gonna want some hot sauce on these chippies.
Alright, I want hot sauce on everything now. Yeah, banza pizza is pretty...
May I give you some chippies?
I don't know what El Yucateco is. Yes, you may. It's on my plate. Banza pizza, I'll be 120% honest here, is pretty bland, straight out of the box. You know? It's like, it tastes... What it's got working for it is texture.
Come show us what you're about to jazz it up with.
Oh yeah, I've used this before on stream, I think. It's Italian Forelli hot sauce. It's not really spicy,
This is frozen pizza, guys.
but it's pretty tasty. It's a strong balsamic vinegar flavor. I think that's what I used on the buns before.
Well, I'm gonna eat another taro piece.
I've been using this. a lot recently, and it is delicious. But it is like one of the spiciest hot sauces I've ever had.
So you're not gonna use it
It's like
tonight?
9 out of 10, and I dumped this in my ramen soup this morning, so I'm gonna skip it for now.
Okay. Alright. Mmm. Oily chip, guys. Oily chip is amazing. I love my tea strong. Go strong or go home.
Mm.
It's a gluten-free pizza made with chickpeas.
You've gotten so good at chip texture.
Does Aaron
That's
get diarrhea a lot? Why do you ask, Cindy?
A little,
What gives you the idea that he does have the
a little
runnies?
too personal, and
Oh, with the amount of spicy he eats. No.
no, that's not related. At least for me. Maybe it is for other guys, for other people.
Willie, why are you joining the slide 40 minutes late? And making me have to repeat myself about going camping all next week.
Willie is one of those serial repeat question askers.
Our favorite hot sauce is from a local chef, Chef Gary, in Nashville, Tennessee, called Añejo. A-N-E-J-O.
Yeah. It's like
Get the original one.
It's like añejohotsauce.com or something like that. School Añejo, Nashville.
You want more?
Yeah.
More's that?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try it, please?
Yeah. Have as much as you want.
It is beautiful, though.
Mm-hmm. They do really well in their presentation.
Probably the most beautifully laid out frozen pizza I've ever seen. Tiny little slice, well distributed with color, vegetables, really good ratio of crust to cheese and topping. The crust actually looks decent for gluten-free. It's got a nice little bounce to it, you know?
Am I allowed to log on mine yet, or do you need to save that?
Can we say that?
No problem.
Oh yeah, this one is way bland.
It is pretty bland.
Wow, this one is way blander than the last one. Huh.
Putting on roasted garlic chunks.
I'm not a fan of this vegetarian one, but maybe I just need to add some salt on top. Here, I'll swipe my Taro tray with all the good salt and olive oil on it.
Yeah, this is not a full-throated endorsement of Banza pizza. The
It's not
presentation
supposed
is
to be.
good. The texture is good.
It's not branded.
I know it's not branded. I'm just giving you my honest thoughts.
It's not
But
sponsored.
The flavor is very matte. It is the maddest of matte.
It's also kind of soggy. And the crust isn't as much crispy or crunchy as it is dried out on the outside. Inside is very, very moist to the point of being soggy. So, back to my chips. Yum. Taro chips, my dudes. Aaron, can you step back?
What?
Look at Fred. Just being there.
Loafing. There we go. That's with roasted garlic and various forms of chili peppers. I can't think today. Can you think today, June?
What?
Are both our brains off today?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, my brain feels like it's off
I was in
today.
5 hours of bargaining today. No, 4 hours of bargaining today.
Why does your phone sometimes go like mad?
Ask my phone. Don't ask me.
Orange mode.
I don't know, man.
White balance just suddenly decided to go screwy.
There we go. Yum. I don't really make dips for my chips. I just eat my chips. Low effort. Mercury is in retrograde?
I feel like Mercury's always in retrograde.
No, we checked last time.
That's
It wasn't.
Isn't that a meme that people always say, like Mercury's in retrograde? So now, how are people ever supposed to know if Mercury's actually in retrograde, or people making the joke that it's in retrograde?
Oh, you know. There's a website called Is Mercury in Retrograde?
Yeah, but if you're just saying it in conversation with somebody who like online, you don't know if it's for real. Because everybody always says that.
Nobody cares. Look at my oily chips, though. I care about oily chips. Yum. Yum.
I know that's the joke, but my point is like, how are you supposed to actually say it anymore? Because it's a joke. Mercury's in Gatorade, yeah.
Isn't what?
Mercury's in Gatorade.
Gatorade?
Although I prefer Powerade. I was always a Powerade kid.
Powerade had better colors.
More neon, which is the important
But
thing.
Gatorade was like, kind of like prep kid, you know? Like Powerade was like slightly rebellious, cool, will drive a motorcycle or have a boyfriend who drives a motorcycle at the age of 17 or 18. But Gatorade was like rich prep school kids.
June, you give off saggy energy.
I wish I was a Sagittarius, but I'm not. Soapy waters are kind of hit and miss.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
You never had a soapy water?
No, the branding always just like seemed so shitty to me. It always turned me off. It was like 90s like grunge aesthetic or something. I don't know. Something about it I didn't like.
I only liked the white vitamin water stuff when I was like trying to be healthy, but it's not healthy, guys. I am a Libra, yes.
I think Libras are far more superior than Sagittarius. Should we really be like ranking people in superiority? Like 1/12 of all humans are superior.
Especially in terms of their horoscopes,
Yeah,
which
what
they
a-
had no control
What
over.
a dumb, I'm sorry, that's like dumb. to, like,
Well, now
say
you're
people-
being the judgy one, Aaron. Calling people dumb.
Yeah, I am judging ranking types of humans in superiority to others. That's literally what I'm judging. I don't think
Coffee,
that's a good thing.
I love the taste. I love the smell. I can't handle it. I don't have feelings about Tauruses, do you?
Somebody in chat said superiority. I didn't say it.
Well, I love food. Does that make me a Taurus? I doubt it.
June, do you have decaf coffee ever?
No, I don't buy it. I have instant decaf. It sucks. Decaf coffee never really tastes good. Except this one time, I had this bagged coffee. It's like a coffee tea bag where you literally just dunk it in boiling water, and that coffee was bomb. And that was the only decaf coffee I've ever had that I actually liked. Do you want me to put the rest of your pizza away?
I got it.
Time for more chips. Oh no, these got dark. No, we burned them.
What happened?
I burned my second chips.
Oh.
I left them in for too long.
Ooh, yeah.
Dang
Those are
it.
some cancerous chips. There's a couple good ones.
I'm so
There's a
sad.
decent one, which I'll.
Eat that one. Here, put it on your tray.
It's super hot.
Yeah, super hot.
Oh, that's weird. This one's still rubbery, and those are burnt.
You gotta let, well, it's because I didn't cut it right. And you gotta let it cool a little bit. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Let's sigh. Maybe I'll just eat some cancer chips. Damn, I thought they needed more time. I've clearly lost my touch cooking on lives after being away for 2 days. Ooh, can I also have vitamins?
You may.
Thank you. Thank you.
Labiba, I only answer questions to people who spell my name right.
Ooh, dang. That's harsh. So sad. So sad when I make a cooking fail. I do feel like Mercury is in retrograde for me. After spilling my milk 3 times and burning a tray of chips.
So is that a bad thing when Mercury's?
Yeah, you're supposed to have like really bad luck.
Labiba says, I intentionally misspelled it for you to notice. Sure you did. Sure you did.
How do you know though? How do you know it wasn't intentional? You don't.
I don't. I'm just saying I do. You can. Here's the thing about saying things. You can just say whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's true.
you can. Okay. Alright. I'm dropping a few more toasty ones.
I'll take a toasty one too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, my brother just told me that Old Bay is making hot sauce now.
Yes.
And that's the next new thing I need. I need to go look for Old Bay hot sauce. Because I'm a big Old Bay fan, even though we don't have any in the house. I don't normally buy it, but I love it. Some Mediterranean citrus salt on it because they weren't. I don't know if you salted them, but they're not really salted or something.
Don't put on salt and then brush it. Doesn't work. Salt it after.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Old Bay is disgusting. Strong opinions.
They can be wrong. Wow, Labiba spells my name wrong, and she's the one who says Old Bay's disgusting. She's trying to get on my bad side tonight.
Have you guys ever had Cavender's Greek seasoning? That shit is so good.
Teach humans, that would be like spoiling the whole video, wouldn't it? Delicious like a food channel, and he's asking.
There's
what
too
food
many
is it?
things. We're not bringing any food. We're buying everything when we're closer to the drive. It's a very long drive.
Is this going to be multiple videos or like one epic camping video?
No, it's multiple.
Okay.
We have many assignments to do.
You guys have something to look forward to.
They're not all for YouTube.
Okay. Well, subscribe to Delish Pro or whatever it is.
I have a lot of olive oil on here.
I'll take it on the plate. Kind of want to finish the pizza now.
I just swipe it.
Sure.
Do you want me to slice this in 2?
No, I'll just take it.
Okay. I want to wipe something on this tray. It has so much good olive oil.
Actually, I'm going to save it. I should probably just eat like a piece of fruit instead. Make the responsible choice.
Old Bay does not
Grapefruits.
taste fishy. It's simply
Yeah, that's
seasoning that
not
goes
true at
on
all.
seafood.
I think you associate Old Bay flavor with I still have nudes from this morning. too.
Yes. That you do. What pepper-free seasoning do I have?
Lots. June's spice cabinet is massive.
Do you want to close that? Your hot sauce?
Yes, extra dishes. The old staring at the spice cabinet.
Maybe I want a dipping sauce.
Just spices expire?
Yes, they expire like medicine. They lose potency and flavor, like medicine loses potency and effectiveness. They don't expire in terms of like killing you.
Let's see. June, try the West African Food Challenge.
What is the West African Food Challenge?
Viva says she recommends ebi and okra soup and puff puff. So is the challenge just to like eat the
it?
food? Well, how is that a challenge? Somebody said cannibalism. Willie said cannibalism is illegal, but I don't know what that was in reference to. So I guess you guys are having a spicy conversation without us noticing. Can we please see the tea? There you go. Wish granted. Hello, Woo Plot funding.
Woo!
Plot.
Are you gonna eat fruit now?
I'm gonna slice up an apple here.
Boring.
I know.
Oh my god, I just kicked him in the freaking head.
Does the caffeine keep you up from tea?
Not really.
Bread keeps June up. Bread is June's caffeine.
My version of the most epic kimchi fried rice. I don't think I would do an epic version of kimchi fried rice because I'm not an expert when it comes to kimchi fried rice.
Come on, fried rice. That's just that's the easiest food in the world to make.
Yeah.
You literally contains the recipe in the word.
Well, it wouldn't be very epic, and that's what the request was.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's the sort
Why
of
do you
thing.
have to be so like mocking?
I'm not. I'm saying you couldn't do it. I'm being the opposite of mocking. I'm saying you're the one who has no faith in you, and I'm the one with faith in you.
No, I have realistic gauges on my abilities. Did you ever play Neopets? Yes. You've obviously missed those lives. I would say slice the apples. You can peel them if you want. And then roast them in butter and sugar. You can either roast them in the oven or sear them in a pan until they get very, very, very nice caramelized glazy on the outside. And then they still have a little bit of crunch on the inside. And then you can put that on top of whatever you want. Toast, pancakes, oatmeal. Ew.
Olive oil apple. Everybody loves it.
$3.50. I guess I'm looking forward to a break from Aaron.
I wish I could have a break from myself for a week too.
Well, I would like a break from myself too, but somebody asked, are you looking?
Ooh,
Yeah, I wouldn't miss that at all. The number of times I've asked Aaron to put away dishes before putting new ones on. I won't miss that. But yes, going away for a week would be a nice little separation break.
How many of you guys have lived every single day for the past over a year now with the same person in the same house?
Yeah.
Raise your hand in chat. Use the hand raise emoji.
Yeah.
If you've had the same person, you've seen their dumb face every single day for over a year now.
It's rough, guys.
All hours of the day.
It's rough. Being with another person also means that you can't escape yourself as much.
How do you escape yourself if you're alone?
you escape yourself by not thinking about yourself because you can concentrate on doing other things. However, when you're with another person, you're constantly thinking and reflecting on what you are and who you are because
The
you're
presence of
constantly
another person invites self-consciousness.
yes, because you're constantly thinking about your interactions with another person and how that factored into play. We're in a junior 1-bedroom Yoshi, so it's rough. Eliza, I think being alone for me magnifies loneliness, but not necessarily myself.
What are you dipping the cauliflowers in?
Some tamari and some miso, and I'm draping around on my tray with olive oil and salt. Lots of sodium going into my mouth right now. Our living room is our bedroom.
This apple's very meh. It's a little bland.
You should put spices on it.
Yeah.
Cover it in olive oil. Drape it across my tray.
I just want like a piece of fruit and a piece of fruit it is. I've been buying the most amazing $1 bags of oranges from a corner store.
What do we fight about the most? What do you think?
I think it's the same with any couple, it's communication. Between different communication styles.
I recently read a New York Times article that really resonated with my experience being in a relationship and cohabiting with someone, which is that women tend to take on a lot of the thinking labor of how to distribute actual labor. So we'll do a lot of thinking about like who should take on what, when who should take on what, and then following up whether or not somebody actually did what they were supposed to do or what they signed up to do, and that burns me out a lot. And it's just like, I know Aaron's up for cleaning stuff, but I don't want to be the one who's constantly like, hey, can you clean this? I just want him to do it. But then that turns into me having too high of a standard for him to live up to, and then I just become like bitchy and naggy and annoying. And just the repetition of doing that over and over again makes me feel like shit. So, I feel like it's a gendered thing. Obviously it doesn't apply to all men and women, and probably applies to some degree in non-heterosexual couples too, but I feel like it is very overwhelmingly gendered.
Vicky, trust me, this is something I have heard before. I don't need to take notes. It's burned into my soul.
Yeah. I'm just answering the question that the crowd asked. Not trying to flame Aaron in front of 300 people. We're well aware of our relationship issues, guys. I also don't need strangers on the internet to tell me to leave Aaron, because I'm well aware of both of our weaknesses. I've dealt with him for 10 years, guys. And he's dealt with me for 10 years.
Hello, Kelly. Is this a job interview sail away? What's your biggest weakness?
Wait, for me?
Yeah, June.
I'm stubborn. Aaron, would you agree that's my biggest weakness?
I don't have time to list them. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, there were some early comments, Angela, some really like brain dead comments on like the couple earliest of June's budget eats, where like I guess they didn't film me doing dishes for it, and so people were like, June's always doing the dishes, you gotta leave that.
Or like, Aaron's so negative, if June cooked for me, it would be 10 out of 10 every time.
That was the two things, is that they thought I don't do dishes, and also that I was too harsh by like honestly giving my opinion of her food. Like I should just give everything she makes a 10 out of 10 or something. And I think there was a couple comments saying that like I was abusive or something. It didn't upset me at all.
Little do you know, I'm the abusive one in the
just-
relationship.
It was just funny. People do need to mind their necks, Trisha. You're right.
It's just like, I get it that you're worried for me, but also trust that I can take care of myself. So, just give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes, you know? And also, you can't save everyone, guys. You can't save everyone. Some of us just feel better making our mistakes over and over again.
I don't think it's about saving anyone. I think people just see something, it provokes an emotional response, and then they just feel the need to, you know, announce it to anybody on the internet who hears their, you know,
And it's like,
emanations.
people watch these lives and they comment how I'm really stern and I'm really mean to Aaron, which is true, guys. It's not a false take, but I'm like, yes, I'm aware of that. And also, yes, Aaron's aware of it. We're over 30 years old. We've been with each other since our early 20s for the last almost 10 years. Like,
I'm in my 50s.
He's well aware how much of a bitch I can be, okay? We get it. I get it.
She's a lover. She's
But
a child. She's a
I'm
mother.
choosing to be here and just like to be my natural bitch
She's a
because
sinner. She's a saint.
because that's just who I am, guys. And it's like, I'm not doing these lives to entertain you. I'm doing these lives to just, I don't know why I'm doing these lives, but I'm here and people seem to enjoy it. So like, that's what I present to you, because I don't want it to feel like work, because I don't have the energy to act like not me for 1 to 2 hours a night. So I'm just gonna eat broccoli, drag it on a tray of olive oil and tamari, call it a night. Maybe be a bitch. Deal with it. And if you don't like it, millions of other videos to watch. Millions!
Is there a random button on YouTube?
Maybe. There should be.
Yeah.
YouTube, if you're watching this, there should be a random.
That's one of my favorite things on Wikipedia is the random article button.
I don't use that button enough.
Never got so bored you just went on Wiki and clicked random article. That's what I would do all the time in college when I was supposed to be writing papers. Is clicking random article.
Do you ever get uncomfortable talking about your relationship publicly, Aaron?
Yeah, June is really open about all this stuff, and for me it's not that I get uncomfortable, it's sort of like it's not really anybody else's business. So, yeah, I don't answer a lot of questions about myself, as you guys have noticed. Like, I'll answer questions about, you know, things like related to the stream, like food preferences, or I don't know, travels, or, you know, my worldview and whatever. But if it's like stuff about my personal life or a special relationship with June, it's like, first of all, me answering these questions does nothing for you. Like, it's just purely for the sake of your own curiosity. and just, one's natural voyeuristic tendencies to learn about other people, especially, micro celebrities, for whatever reason. Sorry, do you want to be like a macro celebrity or something?
I want to be a bitch.
Right. So first of all, it doesn't really serve any purpose, like I said, other than satisfying voyeuristic tendencies. And so it's sort of like if I answer questions about my personal life, it's just doing you guys a favor or whoever's asking for like no particular reason, just like because I feel like it or just because I want to, do you guys a solid and answer questions. And the other thing is that, especially for answering questions about my relationship with June, even if I answered them, what can be encompassed in an answer that can be presented in the space of just like a few seconds or a few minutes with just a few sentences online, like on a live stream to hundreds of people, is like only the tiniest fraction of what the truth of a situation is, right? So June and I have been together for 10 years, and we've been living together for 10 years, pretty much. There's obviously been times where she's traveling, I'm traveling, whatever. But,
We were apart for a year.
Right, and, small instances like that. But it's essentially 10 years together. And that length of time with somebody has such, like, layers and complications and, like, meanings and, like, and interpretations and signs and symbols and everything that is so stacked and layered and deep and complex that there's no way to actually communicate anything approaching the depth of the actual relationship in a short, let's say few minute speech to people, even if I went that, length about somebody's relationship. So it's a combination of like, I don't owe you guys any answers. And also, even if I answered them, it wouldn't even like remotely approach what the true nature of the relationship is. So I would be doing it a disservice essentially by trying to like sum things up, to that degree.
I think Aaron's I wouldn't say very, but Aaron's much more of a practical person than I am. For me, I think talking really transparently about my own experience and myself and whatever helps me sort shit out in my own head, so it's beneficial for me. But for him, like most people, I would say, it feels too vulnerable to share with absolute strangers, and I totally get it.
June is in the probably 99th percentile of people who, like love talking about everything about themselves and their personal
I have no
life.
boundaries.
So,
It's an issue, but...
So if it's like trying to compare me to that, like I'll never be able to compete because June is such an outlier to that degree.
Right. So, for better or for worse, we're different people, and obviously different people will react differently to that difference. So, I'm not saying don't comment your opinions. You can keep doing what you do because this is the internet, and as long as I put shit up like this, I'm basically saying, hey, you're free to comment on my life and my self-presentation and my content and whatever. But, I have to keep in mind that you're literally just another stranger on the internet telling me what you think I should live my life like. And I want to say that most of the time comments don't affect me, but there are times when I do read comments and I'm like, yeah, they might be right. And those comments affect me the most. Which is it's neither a good thing nor a bad thing.
There was one comment that was like wildly insightful, I think. I don't want to like get into the details of it. I don't even remember.
Oh, I've addressed it before.
Okay. Yeah.
It was basically that very long comment from...
Yeah, that's probably like the only comment in the history of comments on the internet I've ever been impressed with. Like, wow.
You'd be surprised. If you actually read the comments on these lives, a lot of them are saying I'm too mean to you.
Well, that's obviously not the point of what she was, it wasn't simple as that.
What was she saying?
It wasn't as simple as that. It was like, basically not really entirely about how you relate to it. It was a lot about, how you feel about yourself.
Well, I think she was saying that because I have so much internal hurt, I'm lashing out at you. Right?
I don't know.
Well,
I honestly I don't remember. I would only be paraphrasing.
I think, if I'm honest, obviously I'm biased towards myself. Aaron gravitated towards that comment because he felt validated, because that comment was kind of sticking up for Aaron and saying, hey, June, you're being too mean to the people in your life, and eventually they'll have had enough and they'll leave you. And my immediate thought to that was, yeah, I am pretty mean to the people in my life. Yes, it's totally probable that they will leave me, and maybe one day they will, and then I'll have to deal with the aftermath of myself and the consequences of my action. But like, are any of us Buddhas?
So, anyways, to sum it up, so no matter what sort of length or attempt at an answer I think either of us give about questions about us, it is only the tiniest window into the relationship. And also, we can only control what we say. We can't control how you guys interpret things. So it is entirely possible, and quite likely, in fact, that you guys don't interpret things the exact same way we intend them to be interpreted when we say them. So this tiny, tiny window that we might open up by answering a question about the relationship is also fully ripe to be like misinterpreted in a way we didn't mean at all. So any questions like this can will not, like, you know, it's only like I said, a small fraction of the truth.
Aaron, are you happy right now in this relationship?
Yes, if I wasn't, then I wouldn't be in it. I make my own choices, obviously. Yeah.
I think happiness is relative. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I might just be more at peace with myself if I weren't in a relationship. If you were unhappy, would you do something about it?
I have the means to live, get my own place, move out whenever I want. So would and I could. So yeah.
I would rather not pay the rent on a New York City apartment by myself. But I could also do it if I wanted to. I would be very miserable paying that rent, but I could do it.
What's he scratching up over there? Frederick?
I do think I'm a people pleaser until I feel like I am burnt out, and then I start lashing out at people.
Taking a whiz.
Would you say I'm a people pleaser?
Yes, absolutely. But what I've noticed from June is that she, like, bends over backwards, especially I think for people at work, for professional life, to, like, you know, she sacrifices a ton of her personal life and puts in a ton of effort that I think almost anybody else wouldn't, to make sure her work is done so she doesn't disappoint colleagues. Also friends. Yeah, she goes to pretty significant ways for friends.
I don't know. I just feel like I get a greater sense of gratification out of doing acts of service for other people, because I have no drive for my own life. So basically, fulfilling other people's needs or wants gives me a purpose for that moment.
Dude, why haven't we seen Julia in a video for a while?
She's filming them.
Yeah, I want Delish to see what the most recent one is. I thought I saw it recently.
What do you mean that my people pleaser side comes out in Delish videos? Is it because I act up too much for the camera? But there comes a point when people pleasing habits are selfish and not altruistic. If at the end of the day I'm getting more fulfillment doing stuff for other people than I do out of doing stuff for myself, then isn't that act of doing something for other people a selfish act?
I don't know if June would want to be called a humanitarian. She kind of hates humans.
What does a humanitarian even mean?
June wants all humans to voluntarily go extinct. So
I do, man. I
don't
do.
think she's much of a humanitarian. Vehement. Did you ever mention that on stream? Voluntary human extinction movement.
I am a misanthrope, guys. I absolutely am a misanthrope. I'm just a very sociable misanthrope. The problem with being a misanthrope is you too are human. So if you truly hate people, you also have to deal with living a life of hating yourself. So there comes to be a point where you're like, well, if I'm going to stay alive and not kill myself or want to kill myself every single moment of my life, then I need to stop hating people so much so that I could stop hating myself so much so that I could actually go on living.
We got to do Flovent. Somebody just asked about Fred.
Yes, thank you.
You guys want to see our cat get tortured?
I do the dishes and then we do Flovent?
Sure. Or I can do the dishes, whatever you want.
Misanthrope or just brutally disappointed? What's the difference? Isn't brutally disappointed just one reason for being a misanthrope? I feel like there's different origin stories of misanthropes.
Has someone from your past, like school, reached out to you to say hi or make amends?
No, I don't think I need anyone to make amends with me. I
You
don't think I've made enemies.
You don't wish you got apologies from anyone?
Well, my high school friend, who I would say had a very negative influence on me, because I feel like my eating disorder history started with her. Basically broke up with me and fell out of touch with me while I was teaching in China. So she hasn't gotten. I have no idea where she is. I have no idea what she's up to.
Do you think she owes you an apology?
No, absolutely not. It's not her fault. It's just the way life turned out.
Who's wronged you most in life? This isn't any question from stream. I'm asking you.
Who's wronged me the most in life? I don't want to say my parents, but they did give birth to me, so without my consent.
June considers that a pretty big wrong.
Yes, I do have a history of eating disorder. I still struggle with it today, but it has morphed into many different variations over the past 15 years.
For the record, I like June's parents. They're cool people.
I don't hate my parents, guys.
I didn't say she. I'm just saying I like them.
I'm just saying they gave birth to me without asking me, and it's like, you know, I've had many moments on this earth where I'm like, wow, I would have rather not have been here for that.
So, can you be a misanthropic humanitarian? Is that possible? Somebody was giving a definition of humanitarianism, saying like values, I guess, human life, or maybe once. I didn't see the full thing, but I don't know. Thank you, Woopot. It's a Bills jersey, so it's the best jersey of all.
Would it give you closure to know she acknowledges the affection? No, it wouldn't. The only closure I have is the one that I can give myself by trying to let go of this compulsion and this very unhealthy relationship with food somehow. But there are a lot of forces at play preventing that from happening.
Philip wronged June the most.
Who?
I don't know. I'm just reading. Who's Philip?
I have a coworker named Philip, but
Yeah.
he certainly hasn't wronged me in any which way.
Do you know? Does Philip make appearances and videos with you or something? Like, how would somebody know that? Yeah, Labiba, what did you mean, Philip? Prince Philip? He seemed like an asshole, but I don't know if he personally wronged June much.
Why is this conversation making me extremely uncomfortable? I don't know. Why is it? You're the only one who can answer that.
Yeah, there's a little X button at the top of your screen.
I mean, yes, you're welcome to leave, but you're also welcome to discuss why this conversation is making you uncomfortable. Maybe you're not used to this level of
In the first couple of
transparency?
streams. Was Philip in your streams?
No.
I don't know. Labiba, I don't understand what you're saying.
Philip is a coworker. He's wonderful.
Yes, he has not wronged June as far as.
Unless you're referring to another Philip that I'm not aware of. There was also a really creepy comment today that I saw on the New Budget Eats where somebody said there's a third person behind you. Are they okay? Are you seeing ghosts in the background?
I feel like that's the sort of person who goes on like every YouTube channel and like makes that comment to like freak out the people in the video. That's honestly a pretty good troll.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep thinking about.
Also, Fred. Maybe he was talking about Fred.
Oh, Phillips, yes, middle school. I don't really care. It was hilarious. Phillips, thank you for giving me a good story about how you made a hate group for me on Zanga. It looked delightful at the time. And I actually really like disco music now, so joke's on you, because June Xie does not hate disco anymore. No ghost incidents yet. Maybe Fred's kept them away?
Cats do sometimes like stare into nothing as if they're seeing a ghost. I am a major part of the Bills Mafia, yes. Although I haven't jumped through any folding tables, unfortunately. Living in an apartment in New York City, you don't have much opportunity to do that. But, yeah. Anytime I'm out in the suburbs, the first folding table I see is gonna get it.
Tracy, that seems like a lot to spend on a hair clipper when I can just swipe up the hairs with my plastic bag that I put underneath me. I don't know if I need a built-in vacuum. I also have a pair of clippers, and until they fully die and become dysfunctional, I don't intend on buying another set.
Are we ready?
Yes,
Cool.
but he's escaped, and you should brew your tea.
It's not ready yet. Oh, Fred.
Freddie!
Hello.
Shaky, shaky, snacky snacks. Will you shake the snacks?
Okay,
More snacks?
I got him. Can you get the towel? Because I have him.
He looks hilarious.
There he is. Say hi, Fred. I won't hold you up much longer because that could be uncomfortable.
Here you go.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me hold him down and then you put it on.
Here, why don't you put him on the towel?
Yes, that's a good idea. Now we're thinking with our brains. We're doing burrito method for Fred with the inhaler because it seems to calm him down a lot more. Even
Not
though
tonight.
he's wiggling a lot right now. And also it helps to wash his mouth out too. Because if you guys aren't aware, the steroid that Flovin uses can cause yeast infections, is what the medication says. Like in the throat. Okay, Fred, chill, buddy, chill. It's fine. It's just an inhaler.
All right, we gotta rebundle him.
Bundle up now. They say it gets colder.
Tilt him on his side. There you go.
Burrito mode.
Smush.
Wait. Fred, he's not. Yeah,
Tilt it on this side.
he's. We need a bigger towel. He's a wiggle boy.
Hey,
Don't shout. No shouting.
just
He's
hold
fine.
him in place then. Burrito's not working
Yeah,
today. Just hold him. Just hold him.
He's a major wiggler. Okay. All right, Fred, you're getting the squish then. He's gotten much better at doing the inhaler. He doesn't really pull away. The first few weeks, how long have we been doing this? The first
I
week.
need his head up.
Yeah, the first week or so we were doing it, he would pull away from the inhaler, right now. But now he's used to it and he'll breathe through it. But
1, 2, 3. Good boy.
the big problem is rinsing his mouth out. Should we say that's good enough?
Yes. He choked
All right,
on
Fred.
it.
Let's get you a treat. Greenies. I know you love your greenies. Yes. See? Not so bad.
Always an adventure.
You don't need to rinse his mouth out as long as he drinks. He doesn't really drink. We can't make him drink. We usually do this now before his dinner, and we make his dinner like very watery, but we didn't do that today.
I could give him a little bit of yogurt.
Okay.
Do you want some yogurt, Fredo? Did you wash his plate, Aaron? Also,
Yes. Thank you.
your tea is ready. Your tea water is ready.
Thank you.
Yeah, he does. He does listen to. I know Fred wants more yogurt, but I don't want people to tell me that I'm murdering my cat. People will literally tell me I'm murdering my cat. No, they don't. They don't literally do that. But they will say that he will diarrhea all over, and that they do give me horror stories of how their cat went to the vet and ended up with $2,000 vet bills. I don't know how that relates to me feeding my cat a little bit of ice cream, but you know, Fred's thrown up once, and not on a day where I gave him yogurt or ice cream. So,
Willie asks what we think about Edward Snowden. Is he a hero or a criminal? Well, I mean, he's technically a criminal, as in I'm sure the United States would convict him on violating criminal law in the country, you know, treason and all that. I don't know what the exact things are. He's running away.
you don't want the yogurt?
But, you know,
Dude, it's really good yogurt.
just because somebody's a criminal doesn't mean they're not a hero, right? Also, I saw this pretty cool thing he did where he was invited to a
Yes, you want the yogurt.
he was invited to a event where somebody was putting on like an investment conference on trying to get people to sign up to an investment service, and Snowden agreed to show up. But like during Snowden's comments, he started saying, and I started looking into you. I forget the guy's name, some Canadian scam artist. I started looking into you, and I found out that you were convicted of running a Ponzi scheme years ago, and you are currently barred from trading any securities. And he said to everybody who was watching live, while the guy was like sitting there, you know, listening to it, the guy running the event, he was like, I would advise everybody listening on this call right now to, you know, get out and not do any business with this guy, which I thought was very cool. And, you know, you gotta have pretty big balls to do that live, I think. But obviously, if you have as big enough balls as Snowden to do what he did originally, then ball size is not an issue.
Vicky wants you to have your own live.
Very well. Maybe I will, Vicky. I have nothing but free time.
So we've stopped bathing him because he's supposedly ringworm free now. But I've discovered that after almost 2 weeks of not bathing him, my cat allergies are getting worse. Because I'm guessing there's more of his like little proteiny saliva left on him now. And so maybe we have to torture him again.
Sunil Tulsani's conference. He was banned from trading securities for life by the Canadian Securities Commission for his part in a $4.5 million Ponzi scheme. And Snowden blew up his whole history live on stream.
I'll save you a little for tomorrow, Fred. No more tonight. Aaron, I would like more stuffs to eat.
More snacks? June, you mad woman.
I know. Such is my
Insatiable.
fate. Such is my fate as insatiables. Is today Thursday? It is, isn't it?
Yes. For 26 more minutes.
So I did a explainer for Delish about how to store strawberries to keep them fresher longer, and these strawberries have been in my fridge for a week. As an experiment, they still look pretty decent. Obviously not as great. But apparently the best method is to dip them for about 10 seconds in a 1 to 3 solution of vinegar to water. And then you dry them and you line them in paper towels, put it back, and they're supposed to be really good. And they are. There we go. Yeah. I mean, they don't look magazine perfect, but they're still quite good and delicious. If you let them dry off completely, they don't taste like vinegar. If you eat them immediately after the dip, they do taste a little bit salty. You don't wet the paper towels. All right, let's cook this taro again. Like organic fruit is so freaking expensive. Just buy local, and if you don't live near strawberries, then I don't really know if it makes a difference. Sometimes organic tastes crunchier to me, like more integrity, but I don't know. Don't know if I can afford that shit. I don't even know what hairy strawberries are. Hi, Simba. Am I blending this? No, I'm not blending this. Would you ever go full on blonde? I really doubt it. I don't think I have the complexion for it. And also, this just reminds me that somebody randomly messaged me on Instagram saying that they were half Asian and a hairstylist, and they told me that blonde is not good for my complexion. Thanks for your advice, pro.
Isn't unsolicited advice the best?
I'm just so curious. Do people think they're doing me a favor? I mean, sometimes, I guess. But most of the time, it's just kind of annoying. I've already made my life decision. And to tell me that it's not the right life decision makes me feel like shit. That's it. Sometimes I deserve to feel like shit, and sometimes you probably need to let me know something that would make me feel like shit, but most of the time when it comes to my hair color, probably not necessary. But like, it blows my mind that people have the energy to approach strangers on the internet to give them life advice that they didn't ask for. I don't have the energy to do that. I don't even have the energy to talk to my friends about life advice these days. So
you
it's
have the energy to talk to 300 people about life advice stuff.
No, I'm just talking to myself. I'm just staring into my camera, talking to myself, trying to give myself self-therapy. Aaron, do you plan on doing laundry this week before I leave?
I haven't decided yet. I can, if it helps.
I don't think you need to do it for me. I'm just curious. I'm trying to plan out what to pack, and I shouldn't pack a lot. I don't really know if they're haters, to be honest with you. I think they're just trying to fix me. But it's like, it's kind of like I realize I'm broken, and I really don't want to be fixed. And if I had any more energy in me, I would probably say something like, thank you, noted. But nowadays, I don't have energy anymore. I've wrung myself dry. The taro is not creamy yet. But it is boiling, guys.
Oh, I forgot there's a bonus snack tonight.
Bonus snack? More snacks? What you got?
The taro, right? We didn't eat that yet.
Oh, well,
The milky taro.
you don't have to. They're not ready. I might just eat them tomorrow. They might taste better overnight.
Okay.
And I also didn't use coconut milk. I just used normal milk. So it's a lot less intense in terms of flavor. Cat allergy vaccine is real. Yes.
A vaccine for allergies?
I mean, you got allergy shots.
Isn't that just allergy shots?
Yeah. Jenny, I don't think it's a bad thing to be broken. Do you think it's a bad thing to be broken? It's fine. Broken things still work.
No, they don't. That's the definition of broken.
I don't think so. People have different standards of broken.
Okay, define it.
Well, when you have something that is imperfect but still functional, is that broken for you? Like you have a cracked mirror. I would say that mirror is broken, but it doesn't mean that that mirror is dysfunctional completely. It just means that you have to figure out a new way to use it, and your relationship with it has to change. If you're going in with the mindset that everything has to be perfect and completely seamless, everything will seem broken to you. So I know for a fact that Aaron likes to throw out stuff way before I would ever consider throwing them out. But
Don't consider throwing things out. That's the thing.
I do consider throwing things out, Aaron. I should launch a subscription box where I taste snacks from all over the world. That sounds amazing. I was thinking if I start a Patreon, because I know some people were asking for it. This was my shower,
People are begging to give you money.
my brilliant shower thought from the other day. I also think I have strawberries stuck in my teeth. That if I do start a Patreon, I should be able to like provide some sort of goods for my patrons, my Patreons. And I feel like it could be really nice to have a maybe like a Zoom cooking workshop of sorts.
I think
That
all
could be
patrons
fun.
have like reward tiers. You know, it's not just like.
Yeah, reward tiers.
You wanted this blanket from the bed, right?
Are you taking it off already?
Yeah.
Why?
I thought you wanted me to.
You're putting on a new sheet tonight?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to take it off the night before I go.
Alright, well, do it now.
Okay. Did you find the new sheet set?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking I would take the blue blanket with me too, and then we can wash it after I come back. Is that cool with you?
That's cool, bro.
Okay. What does what do people discuss on Discord? Is it just like a chat room?
Yeah, Discord is just like, it's a Slack. Basically, it's just sort of like a better Slack. So, yeah, like tons of people have Discords.
Tell me, ooh, Aaron, just saw your message. Aaron says, I just joined and I don't know if someone already said this, but I
That
really,
smells so good.
but I really appreciated your Instagram post related to Colombia and virtue signaling. I'm really conflicted. Many individuals have DM'd me on Instagram saying, hey, my friend has this need, here's their GoFundMe, I would love it if you could post this on your Instagram. And normally to those I say no. Some people reach out to me saying, please amplify this charity. Some people reach out to me saying, hey, can you amplify what's going on in India against farmers? And then recently this person Instagrammed me about, please post what's going on in Colombia. My people are suffering, please don't ignore this. And normally when I really don't have energy to respond, I'll just look at it and I won't respond because it takes a lot of emotional energy to be like, hey, I'm so sorry. This is my personal Instagram and I don't want to be fielding all these requests from other people. But it also makes me feel like a bad person for not amplifying things that probably need attention or need a solution of some sort. And it's just like a lot of conflicted feelings because what does posting on Instagram do anyway for people in Colombia? Does it actually help them? I have 20-something thousand followers. Does that even matter? Like, are you reaching out to people like Beyonce too and asking them to? Beyonce has millions, hundreds of millions of followers. So I'm just conflicted. I'm just very conflicted.
Phil, do you mean Discord, not Patreon? But yeah, I think I kind of understand why somebody would if you really care about the cause, like why you might post somebody's, GoFundMe, like if they need surgery or something like that, or if they're homeless, because like if people donate to that, then it directly helps one person, right? But like the idea of asking June or like anyone, any celebrities to like, we need to amplify the situation in Colombia or India or Myanmar or Thailand or whatever the new, horrible shit going on in the world is. It's like, what the hell are we, like, what is June supposed to do about that? This is geopolitics. June's 20,000 Instagram followers aren't doing shit about what's going on in Colombia or India or Thailand or, anywhere, or Hong Kong, right? It's just like, these are large-scale geopolitical issues in a world of 7+ billion people. Like, I'm sorry, whether June posts about it or not is completely irrelevant to whether it actually helps.
It's also like Nowco, yes, I have seen random people's GoFundMes and I have donated to random GoFundMes too, but that's my personal decision and it's a personal small action that I'm taking in private. When I post something on Instagram, that means that I want other people to see it. And if I'm posting an action or some problem, that means that I'm either telling people, hey, you need to pay attention to this, or I'm saying, hey, please join me in supporting this cause. I would never post something that I myself haven't done anything about or haven't really like racked my brain around. And to be honest, this might make me sound like an ignorant, cynical, lazy ass person who doesn't feel for other people in other countries, which I am because I'm tired of seeing the fucking world news every day. But I haven't really paid attention to what was going on in Colombia. I've had friends who posted on their own Instagrams about shit going down in Colombia, and I'm like, oh, of course, another fucking country suffering through another oppressive regime. And I just didn't want to pay attention. It's just draining. And like I posted on my second story in response to this ask, it's just like at the end of the day, I am just another human being who's really fucking tired of seeing this shit over and over again in different spots in the world at different times in history.
Yeah, Wuplot, I didn't even realize, growing up and living in America almost my whole life, I didn't even realize that it's just patently ridiculous, the words coming out of my mouth, like a GoFundMe if somebody needs surgery. Like the idea that that America, the richest country in the world, has a system in which people actually need to do shit like that is just like really sad. I didn't even realize the silliness of that as I was saying it.
Yeah. Our politicians already do the posting broken hearts and praying hand emojis. And they're the ones who actually are responsible in their jobs to fix shit like this. And even they don't do it. So it's out of my lane, guys. I truly have no means to fix shit like governments gunning people down in Colombia because of greed and corruption and insane taxes levied on people who already don't make very much. Oh yeah, ambulances are so expensive. I got charged like $800 once just for the ambulance ride. That's not including the hospital fees or the physician fee. What?
Did you ever pay that?
I think I got it reduced because I was making $10 an hour at the time working a restaurant job. So I was like, I'm low income. I cannot pay this. And so they sent me the bills in staggered separate envelopes. So I went and settled the ambulance fee thinking that it was the entire hospital bill. But then later I got a hospital bill. And then later I got a physician bill, and the physician bill I never paid because that doctor basically spent 5 minutes with me, 3 minutes of which he interrogated me about what I did and then laughed in my face about how much pain I was in because I had only taken 1 ibuprofen, and he said, next time take 3. And then he like looked at my chart and left the room. And I was like, I am not paying that asshole a single cent.
He got paid anyways. It was the hospital who didn't get paid.
Yeah, I can't pay $700 to get laughed at for 5 minutes because I didn't take enough ibuprofen. My deductible is also $6,000. My favorite sweater, I really like my purple one that's kind of like small and cropped and it has like yellow patterns across it. It's the one that I wore in my sourdough video. Driving yourself to the ER with heart issues sounds very dangerous. Wow. This country really just doesn't want us to live, it seems like. Anyway, Aaron,
Yes.
if you wanted to eat the taro, you can.
It didn't seem very soft when I was stirring it, and I like a nice, tender milky taro. So.
It's falling apart though.
Oh, never mind.
It's like silkening the entire
If you think it's silkenized enough.
milk. Is silkenized. Soft and silky. You do have to pay to live. Isn't that crazy? Now go. That's amazing. I should just plan for next year to be the year that hopefully COVID is not as insane anymore, and then I can feel better about actually going to the hospital. And then I'll just lay it all on. Go to the dentist for probably the 2 cavities that I have developed over the last year. Go to the physician, do a checkup, do all the blood tests. And then see a therapist like 3 times a week. Oh, man. I did, Jenny. I put sugar in the very beginning. But Phil, I just paid over 40% in taxes this year. I don't know why. I don't make that much. Trisha, that sounds like a great incentive. Man, I still remember the last time I went to get a physical. So I grew up with an autoimmune issue that affected my kidneys, and I just really like to go have a blood work done with 2 hormones added. And I remember asking my doctor to add those 2 hormones, and she didn't tell me at the time. Maybe she didn't even know how much they would cost, but I ended up getting a bill for $387 for those 2 items added to my blood test. and I will never ask for them again. I've never heard of Trisha Paytas. The milk has taro, sugar, salt, and vanilla extract, and that's it. May I serve you a little?
Yes, let's taste.
Okay. Do you want a small bowl?
Small bowl is great.
In order for you to drink a cool down version, I'm gonna add a swish cream.
Swish.
A swish.
I like a good creamy swish.
Swish.
Have you ever heard of Trisha Paytas?
No. I just said no.
Okay, sorry. I'm late.
You should be sorry.
Apparently, I don't know if this is true. I once read this thing that said like anytime a Japanese person enters a room, they like wait 5 minutes to read the room without saying anything, and then only after that is acceptable to like join whatever conversation it is. But I just barge in and immediately start ranting about the last 2 words I heard.
That seems very respectful. The Japanese, I feel like, really have that courtesy down. Is that little taster bowl enough?
Perfect. Yoshi says, "Kinda true, lol."
Lol.
I trust him since his name is Yoshi.
What if Yoshi is actually a white dude who
Right.
just decided to rename himself Yoshi?
Anybody can pick their username online. But he's a mod, so or she. That's a male name in Japanese, right?
Could be a male name, doesn't mean they are male.
True. I'm making a lot of assumptions here. Look at me.
Fred is looking especially race car without wheels tonight. Sitting on that shelf right there. Looking like a race car without wheels.
Yeah, well, first of all, this tastes amazing. Great flavor, but I was right. I do like the Taro softer.
You know what happened with the taro? It's not that they haven't cooked enough, it's that I didn't peel enough. So the outer rind of it is still gonna be hard.
Okay. Well, it tastes awesome. Great flavor. Yeah, I don't know if I ever had this cooked in regular milk instead of coconut milk.
Do you like it in regular milk or no?
I do. I probably like it better. Yoshi says, I could be anyone.
You
It's
could
true.
be anyone.
On the internet, no one knows you're a
Nobody
dog.
knows.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite memes. It's an old meme, but
Any
it's
tips
great.
for gradual blindness? No, I don't. I don't have any experience with gradual blindness. That sounds like it sucks. What do you have something to share with us about gradual blindness?
What
Jeez.
does taro taste like?
Taro tastes like Japanese sweet potato, but less inherently sweet, with the same amount of like creamy, mushy mouthfeel. Very starchy, kind of like a potato, but not sandy like a potato.
I think it was mostly federal taxes you paid, right? Was it the New York taxes? that
I
fucked
think
you
I
or
paid
what?
like 22% federal, and then I think I paid like 20% between New York State and New York City. I'm really not sure. I'm not sure what went down with my taxes. I just know I paid a lot, and I really ran out of fucks. I was just like, you know what? It's not like I'm going to pay someone to do this over, and I'm just going to file it, and I'm going to suck it up, and I'm just going to pay it, because this will cost me the least amount of anxiety and emotional angst, and then I can brag about how much taxes I pay for no fucking reason.
Once you run out of fucks, how long until you get more? Like, do you wake up with like 1 or 2 fucks naturally every day, or do you have to replenish the fucks through activity?
I've been running on 0 fucks. I've turned into green energy.
June is fuck neutral.
USA has state tax because it's the United States of America and we have a federal government and then very localized state fragments, and it's a mess. It's a fucking mess.
Because we completely arbitrarily subdivide America into 50 random different divisions that make no sense, or different size, have different populations, and all have people in them that are basically all completely different from one another too. It's just an extra layer of bullshit.
It's really hilarious that we think America is a country that needs like this singular entity of patriotism when we don't have a singular country to rally behind. We have so many different countries to rally behind, and they're all very, very different. Tell me what the people are saying here.
Somebody's accusing someone of being a misogynist. Somebody else is saying get off YouTube if you're dealing with gradual blindness.
Oh, what?
Layla is saying something is like Italy. I don't know. It's a lot of disconnected threads that I don't have the mental energy to process right now. Your chat is
Poppin'?
has a mind of its own, June.
Popping in all the wrong ways.
Oh, Italy is like the U.S. is what Layla says. Does Italy have? I don't know. I feel like Italy still has more like of a, unified parliamentary system than the U.S.'s federal system, right? Like, I don't know. I like how people like talk about this idea like states' rights is so important, and it's like, why? It's fucking arbitrary too. If you think that like, it's more important that the states get a right to decide their own laws than the federal government, it's like, well, that's just another like series of lines on a map, just like the United States as the federal system is, right? And it's like some states, like 80, how many people in California? Fucking 50 million people or something like that. Like, it's not like, it's any more personalized of a government to you than the federal government is in general. Fucking get rid of the Senate. That's my anti-Senate
Get
rant
rid
of
of
the day.
the Senate. Wait, really? Get rid of the Senate?
100%.
What would that do?
It's extremely undemocratic. Why the fuck does Montana get the same number of votes as California? Because it's a state? It doesn't make any sense. It's just an arbitrary subdivision. I can why don't we have it all based on counties? Why doesn't every county in the United States get its own senator?
What about a Twitch? Yeah, Aaron's been trying to get me on Twitch. I actually have a Twitch account. I've just never really streamed on it.
It's twitch.com. June turns 31.
Yeah, June turns 31.
Yeah, you can, if you follow that now, then
Maybe
you'll
sometime in the future.
then you'll get first dibs when she finally does it. You want me to link it in chat?
No.
No link in chat. June says no.
People will just find it if they find it.
People will find it if they find it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Allison. Be 10K senators. I'm saying it's like, if the state's already an arbitrary subdivision, just based on like what some fucking like assholes in top hats in like the early 18th century, decided on, that has essentially no relevance to like how people actually live their lives in the modern era, other than the relevance that it is imposed on us through
Somebody
the
lit a
existence
match
of
under
states.
Aaron.
I hate the concept of states, dude. I'm sorry. It's so dumb. Like, I understand governments for efficiency need to subdivide like the divisions into smaller portions, so like you can have like certain people responsible for certain things. Like, you can't have one person responsible for, say, like, doing, I don't know, driver's licenses for the entire country. But like, the fact that America puts so much importance on states as a concept and like structures half of our Congress on like the reality of like having a state get the same number of votes as every other state makes no sense.
Okay, just to bring us back to Taro, I don't know what Aaron was talking
I'm gonna
about.
keep ranting about states.
This Taro is actually really soft and creamy, so I feel like Labiba is trolling us. Are you trolling us?
I think Labiba is actually a pretty good subtle troll.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of her comments tonight have been like just on the edge of like, is this a troll? Is it not? And it's sort of like kind of good too. I would say she's actually a good troll. Like, good in the sense of skilled, and also good, like, she contributes to conversational in a good way, I think. Like,
High level troll.
Yeah.
You go, Labiba.
like pretty good. Like, way better than people who come in and just say like, June, you're ugly, and then leave, or whatever.
I like this. It's
Yeah.
very flirtatious of you, you know? Because we never know what your true intentions are.
Is
We're
your
just constantly guessing.
from Avatar or something? I can't tell what your profile picture is. Looks like maybe Avatar, like a Disney movie of some kind, some animated Disney movie.
Allison, what do you mean about pop disparity?
What's pop disparity?
I don't know. I like to think I know Aaron's intentions by now.
Labiba drew it.
After 10 years, I hope I know people's intentions sometimes.
She said it said anyone's, not Aaron's.
Yeah, well, you're an anyone.
Okay, so use me as an example.
Yes, I used you.
Don't use me as an example anymore. I'm tired of being picked on. Use Fred as an example. Do you know his intentions?
I feel like Labiba was the one who asked about going blind gradually. Are you actually? Don't play the boy who cried fox or.
What? We are way too tired right now.
I have
I'm leaving.
so much sugar in my system.
The boy who cried fox.
Oh boy.
Were you combining up the fox and the wolves?
The fox and the wolves. I love this taro,
The
guys.
fox and the boy.
It has just the right amount of sugar to be like addictive, you know? That level of sugar. Can we hear more about the taro milk? Yeah, it's really sweet and delicious, and I'm trying to pick the taro out of it, but it's been cooked enough to the point where a lot of the taro has just basically disintegrated into the milk. So the milk is actually quite thick right now, or in Mandarin Chinese, it's called cho, and it's just like nice and silky. And I love it. Look, most of the milk is just like a really thin pudding. Like a pasty paste. I don't have tapioca, guys. I don't have it. But yes. What can taro be substituted for? Sweet potatoes. Probably the best option. Pumpkin, if you want. But I hope we didn't bully you, Labiba, if you weren't trying to be a troll. Aaron is not a Scorpio. This utensil was off of the free table. They almost threw it out. And because it said Sweet Home Alabama, I don't think anybody wanted it. And I was like, don't throw it out, I'll take it home. Aaron was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. A lot of my stuff from home is just like scavenged from work. People pile stuff on the free table and the cleaning crew has to clear it out for the night. We've thrown out countless books, mugs that nobody wanted. It's very sad. Yeah. Population disparity as it pertains to representation according to the ratio of people who reside there. The US politics don't make sense to me. Dom, that's weird. They thought you were a racist person? Hi, Hawaii. We're talking about politics and this taro sludge that I just made with milk and sugar. Popcorn and mangoes, I don't have advice for making friends in your 30s and beyond. I don't know where people meet people, and I don't even know anyone who wants to meet more people. I'm at capacity. I don't want to meet more people anymore. Vicky, you can definitely make this with sweet potato. I highly recommend making it with Japanese sweet potato. That's my favorite kind. Oh, hi Norway. The chat may be displayed, delayed a little bit by a couple minutes, but if you tuned into the live and you rewound it to the very beginning, your chat is very behind. I don't like being hugged by people I don't know. You know, I have made friends off of Bumble and Tinder. This is true, Phil. Very true. But most people get very disappointed on those dating websites when you don't actually want to date them. Of course I want to meet more cats. Lavender Sig, are we talking about 5 abstract things or concrete things? Because I would have very different answers, I feel like. Eliza, I lulled. I lulled at your comment. Whoa. Kelly. Kelly wins Cynic of the Night award. Avocado Alice, that is very lucky. Avocado Alice met her fiance on Bumble on her first try.
First swipe?
Yeah, first try, first match.
Pretty good.
What do you think about the statement, Biden is literally a Democrat Trump? LOL.
Probably an oversimplification.
I don't think Biden is as dumb as Trump. You know, nobody has Trump beat on that stage. I don't have a favorite author because I don't read.
My take on Biden so far is I obviously wish he did way more, but he's done more than I expected. So I don't know. It's sort of I'm disappointed and appointed at the same time. That's my take. He's certainly better than Obama so far.
Does he have dementia?
And also, it doesn't really matter about him as a person. Like he's not really in charge of anything, honestly. Like this is clearly a presidency run by committee.
Right.
What's going on right now? Like
Right.
Biden, Biden can't get through like 3 sentences on a piece of paper without stumbling over it. So like it's all just like a NatSec like State Department deep state type figures like all running it now. And I don't say that in conspiratorial sense. Just people that have been like DNC insiders and higher ups in the party apparatus for so long that are in charge of all this stuff, and just like government employees that have been there forever and have seniority. It's sort of just like at this point government by committee, which is probably better than like Biden trying to stumble around in the dark with his addled mind making decisions for himself. So yeah, and I guess this committee, even though it is composed obviously entirely of neoliberals, is
What's up, Fred?
I guess less shitty than I expected.
What do you want, Fred? Who knows how to read cattail language? What's he saying? Do you want any? It's Taro with a little milk. Guess not. Alright guys, that was fun. Thank you so much.
How long did we do tonight, June?
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Wow.
I know, insane.
You guys are getting the Snyder Cut length streams.
Well, next week, maybe no live, so fill up while you can, folks.
Yeah, fill up on all your June now. June, give him one last taste of June before logging off. Hit him with that
I don't
signature
have a fart
June.
in me right now.
Okay, yeah, no farts, I guess. Do you have a Nintendo Switch? Yes or no? Chimchar says in all caps.
I think they've been asking that for a very long
What?
time.
Why? Who the fuck cares?
They do.
Who? First of all, who doesn't have a Switch at this point?
Okay, so that's a yes from Aaron.
Yeah, I have a Switch. So what? There you go. There's your answer. I have a Switch. I have a Switch.
Now you've both gone.
I really look like an Italian plumber, Mario. Or are you accusing me of looking like Mario? Because that's all fucking awesome. Mario's great.
That's hot.
Although I do like Luigi. I've always been partial to Luigi.
Because
But
he's tall
My
and
favorite.
skinny.
Hold on, before you log off, I got it shown as my favorite Nintendo character.
I'm just gonna keep eating this forever, guys. Oh, it's because they want you to play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, there you go. That's my favorite Nintendo guy right there. I play Boo in Mario Party, in Mario Kart. Any chance I get, I'm a big Boo guy. Who's the best?
There you go, guys.
Mhm.
Boo's the best.
Who do you play in Mario Kart? I forgot.
Fred.
June rides Fred. June literally modded Mario Kart. She learned computer programming and learned how to hack the Switch, and modded Fred as a custom Mario Kart. Bye.
Bring the camera down.
Okay, never mind. June wants another
The people
shot of
need
Fred.
Fred. The people need Fred time. It's therapeutic for them.
People have been saying goodbye for like 5 minutes, June.
That's okay. They'll drop off. This content is for the people who just want background noise.
He's doing something. Guys, he's doing something. Look at him do something.
Fred, you keep moving out of frame, bud. You really trying to not give the people content, huh? Good night, Aaron.
Bye.
Just tell the people your hopes and dreams for tomorrow, Fred. What are your hopes and dreams?
That's all his hopes and dreams ever are.
You missed one, bud. Fred, can you tell the people good night? Over here. All right, peeps. Have a good night.